conducted in conjunction with this series?
You probably don't want to ask me that question because I wasn't involved in it.
Okay.
The reporters went off with the web people and did it.
Okay. All right.
We were very successful in terms of impact, and obviously when you spend this much time and effort and money on an investigation like this, you want to have impact. Before we could even publish our findings, some of the police departments changed their procedures. They knew what our findings were, obviously, before we published, because we had to go to them and ask them for reaction. So we started having an impact as a result of our work even before we put the stories in the paper. And then after the stories published, there were other changes in procedures at the police level and the district attorney level, and there was a call by a state legislator to change the way certain things are done statewide.
Thanks for spinning the question. Appreciate that. Okay. So then I don't have to ask you about any data concerning the online project.
No, actually, I am involved in data.
Oh, okay.
Because the data doesn't just involve the online project. What you do in this type of investigative reporting, if you want to have something that's anything more than just anecdotal, which at the end of the day is pretty worthless, if what you're trying to look at are systemic problems to come up with systemic solutions, anecdotes don't really mean a whole lot. So what you try to do is you try to come up with some kind of valid subset of the data that will let you understand the picture as a whole, so that you can make some comments, have some understanding of the systemic problems.
My last question for you, Maud, is why is it important for journalists to continue to report on this and other problems in the criminal justice system?
Journalists are the only check on power, which is why the current crisis in our profession is so worrying and saddening and ought to be worrying to everybody. We were created by our founding father, not created, we were protected in the Constitution by our founding fathers, who recognized that a free press and democracy go hand in hand. I don't know of any democratic government in the world that doesn't also have a free press. So, as I said, we are the sole remaining check on power and the abuse of power, and we are the check on public servants, and we shouldn't forget that the word public and servants go together. These people who are in positions of power and authority and responsibility have been given a lot of privilege, but with the privilege comes responsibility, and they are ultimately there to serve the public. So we are the watchdogs of the public to double check that they're doing their job right.